Before I get started on sharing some of the video of today's feeding and activities, I just want you to see this land that is back behind me. It's connected to our property that we have. We have 600 square meters, and the land back behind us is 600 square meters. And our hope and prayer is that the funds will be made available for us to purchase that land. The asking price is 170,000 pesos. That's somewhere around 3,500, 4,000 American dollars. And we're hoping that we can do that, secure that land so that we can grow crops there. Plus, in the future, we can build us a really big hollow block permanent building for worship services and something with a really good kitchen and an office, to where I can work on videos and I can work on all the things for our nonprofit Future Love. So anyway, keep us in prayers for that. The funding will be made available for that. That is really that is the only land left available in this area, and land is very expensive in the Philippines, and that price is very cheap. And for it to be connected to us makes it even better, so it would be really good. So keep us in prayers. If you know someone who's wanting to help a nonprofit like us, please let them know, because we really would like to get that piece of land back there. Hello everybody. Hope all of y'all are having a good day today. It's Saturday morning here in the Philippines, and we're wrapping up our Saturday morning feeding plus our Future Love Family Bonding Day today. I'm just gonna kind of put some video over the top of me of today's feeding, so this video doesn't go too long. Most people don't like to watch long videos. Our attention spans are short nowadays. But anyway, I just want to share a few things going on with Future Love. Today we were able to give a good meal. It has been a heck of a week. Most folks don't understand just how remote we are here, and just how much is involved in making in doing just one feeding. The things that we have to do, there's hours and hours and hours of work that we have to do to prepare for these, and I just don't have enough video, enough memory on my phone to show you everything. It is quite the ordeal. I pulled up some Google Earth images of Bonifacio, Misamis Occidental. That's where we live here on the island of Mindanao. And just to show you how remote we really are. I've also got some photos here of some really beautiful places here on Mindanao. But I want you to look at these roads. The roads, very rarely do you run across a straight piece of highway. Most of the time the roads are twisting and turning, and the roads, these photos that I brought up here, they don't show the traffic that you run across on the highways. The highways are insane. There's motors, there's big trucks, there's cars, there's sidecars, plus there's pedestrians walking, plus there's people on horses, plus there's people riding water buffaloes. You never know what you're going to see coming around the next corner. So there's no such thing as cruise control here, and you can never, ever take your eyes off the road for just a minute. So whenever you drive somewhere, if you've been on the road for 3 or 4 hours, by the time you're finished, you are absolutely exhausted, mentally and physically. All right, now that's just the highways, the roads that we have to take to get to some of these cities that we have to go to get supplies to do our feedings, and plus the supplies that we need for our everyday living. So once you get into the cities, it's a whole new ball game. That most of the cities do not have traffic lights. There are no policemen in cars patrolling and keeping the law. Police here in the Philippines are only reactive. They only go to places when there's an accident. They're not out there, watching for speeders or reckless driving or drunks or anything like that. And there is no rules on the road here. It's just a strong survive. So I believe the Philippines was ranked the #1 worst place in the world to drive. So if you can drive here in the Philippines, you can drive anywhere in the world, no problem. So from time to time, whenever I'm making videos here on Facebook or YouTube, I'll talk about some of the things that we're having to deal with, and people, that live in the Western world that don't really realize how difficult it is to do things here. They'll put in the comment section, well, why don't you just run down to the market and get this or get that, and you can just run down to the parts store to get the parts you need for your car whenever it breaks, and it's just not like that here. There is no Walmart. At least there's no Walmart on southwestern Mindanao, and there's no Pep Boys or Napa auto stores here. Whenever I have to go get parts for our car, I'll go, if I need a belt or if I need a hose or something for the car, I have to go and dig through bins and bins of different size hoses and different size belts and try to find the ones that matches the closest to what I have to make it work. And sometimes you'll search and dig through some of that stuff for hours and not find what you need. So whenever I'm talking about the stuff that we have to go through, it's not like we can just run down to the local supermarket and grab everything we need at one place and then just come home and just prepare everything, and it's super easy. It's just not that way here. There's a lot of travel involved, and there's a lot of dangers involved going to those places. I mean, we have to deal with some serious problems here, such as dealing with rebels, kidnappers, bandits on the roads. There's some serious things over here that we have to deal with. I'm not for 1 minute complaining. I'm just sharing with you guys some of the things that we have to deal with over here and what all is involved just to do one single feeding. And what we have to do, there is hours and hours of prep time. All right, that's enough about that kind of stuff for now. Right now, I want to spend just a little bit of time to do some bragging on my Father God in heaven and on the amount of work, the wonderful things that He has enabled Future Love, our nonprofit ministry, to be able to do here in the Philippines. We are inching closer and closer to that 100,000 mark, 100,000 meals provided. We're at around 97,000 now in a short time period, about 6.5 years. Can you imagine that? Just little old me, a country boy from Northeast Texas with zero experience in missionary work. We're at 100,000 meals provided, plus 60,000 articles of clothing provided, the used clothing, okay. That does not count the care packages that we have made, vitamins, medications given to people. We have 3 or 4 people right now on monthly meds that we're able to provide, plus medical procedures that we've been able to pay for. It's absolutely amazing. And believe it or not, we have been able to provide all of this stuff on about a $25,000 a year budget. Just $25,000 a year. And this is what we've been able to accomplish. Can you imagine what we could do if we had $60,000 or $80,000 a year to do? I mean, we could I would buy a trailer for this truck, and I could go and get supplies, and we could feed people. We could feed people 4 or 5 days a week. We could provide some really expensive surgeries for some of these people that need it. We have a serious goiter problem here that I would love to. We have a few of the ladies on goiter meds now trying to shrink their goiters, but we have a couple that desperately need surgeries because the goiters are starting to affect their breathing and their ability to eat. There is so much good that we could do. The Philippines is believe it or not, people die over here from tooth infections, from kidney stones. They die over here from rabies. They just do not have the money to get the medical help that they need. And most people are so poor that they just live off a little bit of rice with bulat. Bulat is it's like a dehydrated dried fish that's been cured in salt, and you just pinch off little bitty pieces of that just to give your rice some flavor. So these people, they're even though you see some of them, they look like they might be a little bit overweight. They're not really overweight, they're malnourished. It's just that the food that they get is rice, it's carbohydrates, and that converts to sugar. And so their bodies don't get the nutrients, vitamins, and minerals that they need. And so that's why we have a lot of people with tooth decay and missing teeth and kidney problems and things. So just imagine what we could do if we were able to get that one big sponsor. We've got about 8 or 9 people who have the hearts of gold out there that help us now, that make it possible to do what we're doing now. Just imagine what we could do if we had that one big sponsor. Anyway, I just wanted to share with you guys. I wanted to brag a little bit on what we're able to do, and I just ask you to please keep us in your prayers, keep Future Love in your prayers. And, all I want to do since June 14th of 2012, since God stepped into my life and changed me, is I just want to love people. I just want to help people. I just want to... I believe that love is the cure for everything. Love cured me, and I just want to spend the rest of my life loving people, helping people, and sharing with them my testimony and how love changed me. I love you all. God bless.